Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. Let us continue the story. So we're gonna do Europe against it here, which is the interesting level in that it is on the shrunken world Earth and everything is actually made out of Legos. And it feels very much what I think LEGO games intended to be, or could have been at least, from the beginning. Let's hop into it. Let's see, we have 3 more mini kits in the first act plus 1 character. We have 3 in the second act and the red brick and 1 character and Adam West apparel. And we have 3 in the third act, so it's all kind of spread out evenly. I'm not sure LEGO video games would have been able to been made as quickly as they have been if they did attempt to make the entire game look like it was made out of Legos. Here, just in this cutscene, for example, we are seeing almost completely 100% Lego stuff up front, but when you look in the background, the walls are just animated.
I hope Superman is all right. I'm so worried about him.
I'm sure
everybody has been hit by
the Batman will save him.
Lantern's
this,
powers,
I
which
liked you guys
changed
better
their
before.
personalities.
What?
So that's kind of a weird cut scene, that first half anyways, because it has nothing to do with this level. I think it has to do with the next level.
Again?
You mean after I saved the Earth?
Whatever. Let's go.
Wait, the Eiffel Tower doesn't look quite right.
It's fine. Come on.
There, that's better.
I said I think we should go.
You deprived me of your world. Now, I will have to be content with your cities.
So there really was no explanation or nothing was shown in the cutscenes to explain how Brainiac escaped, and we ended up with Brainiac having a second smaller ship. What am I going to release here? See, we're standing on this, so it's not water. It's supposed to be grass, I would assume. And hidden under here we have platform that's rising. Okay. So we'll switch here. We'll switch here. And this brings out the band. Boy, does that sound awful. Silence, please. Oh man, that's awful sound. You couldn't find anything better than that? I need to get as many studs as possible, but now I also want to run out of this area desperately. Blow up all these trees, blow up all these cars. It's just gonna keep on going, isn't it? Made that decision. That's a punishment, obviously, for having found the secret. That's not how you want the game to work. What are you thinking? So on top of that, we're also occasionally getting hit by the shrink rays of Brainiac. Click all over here. Sad to say, I just read an article, which is one article, and it can be totally biased and wrong, but about how people go to France expecting it to be a beautiful city, perfectly clean and full of just like French romance characters you might see in a movie, and it's instead the streets are kind of dirty, and the French people are kind of rude because they don't want you there. I mean, I even understand why you would be rude. It's like New York. It's a city where people would come all the time, and it would be full of tourists that are always in your way, giving you trouble, making a mess. So the stereotype of French people being rude is pretty much a long-running stereotype that I don't think they do much to assuade people of. Of course, there's rude people everywhere, so it's a confirmation bias. Personally, I don't think I would want to go to France. I'd love to try some of the French delicacies in like Paris, but I would need a guide. I think that's the right way to do it, to have somebody who speaks the language, who can show you around, who can explain what to do, what not to do. Pretty much in any country you go to, that's probably the best recommendation, is to have a guide like that. Have somebody who really knows the place. Things gonna break on the water. Not a ton. Now the question is, do I want to mess with the stuff in the water, or do I want to just fly over it? I guess I need to mess with the stuff in the water. I have the scuba suit, and there might be a collectible down there. They're actually having, the fact that there's anything in the water is kind of a new concept for Lego games. Right. So we've flown over here. But I think I actually have to come out here, switch suits to the scuba suit from this point, and then get in the water. Because you can't switch suits if you're not standing still, pretty much. This is really a case where we may just not be able to find what we're looking for. If at this point we may need the mini kit detector, character token detectors. How many do we have anyways? 2? Yeah, at most there's 2 more. There's a yellow submarine, maybe a reference to the Beatles, which I'm sure most kids wouldn't get. They might. Even at this rate, it's probably in 2016 unlikely that the parents of most kids playing Lego games would be obsessed with the Beatles enough to instill that knowledge into the current generation. Personally, I've recently thought I should listen to the Beatles and see if I can find anything I can appreciate there from a non-historical perspective. I tried to listen to the White Album and it seemed rather long and a rather old style of music, which of course it is. May have been revolutionary back then, but by today's standards, old as can be. Well, not old as can be. There's certainly songs that are hundreds, if not thousands of years older than Beatles songs. One of the problems with music of the old days is they were really trying to fill like 60 to 80 minutes of a record, and so songs would go on for rather extreme lengths by comparison. So you wouldn't have a like 4-minute song, you'd have a 12-minute song in some cases that would, a lot of times the records play directly into the next song, so you wouldn't even, but barely even catch a transition. Collecting all these studs as we go. Some of these trees in the background are not destroyable, even though they look like they would be. Keep giving me those sweet, sweet studs. I'm clearing out this area. So this is a kind of good example of what LEGO games could have been, in that you could, if everything's made out of Legos and everything's destroyable, you can pretty much empty the entire play area and just have it turn into this big flat section that seems rather empty. That's fine by me though, because the player took the action to cause those things to happen. This is interesting. I think we're going to put together a power generator. So we'll need the electric Batman then to activate it and charge it. It seemed like there was going to be something here with this crane and boat right next to each other. Will it be a mini kit or a character token or a red brick? It was a mini kit. So I think we already pulled all of these, but we'll do it again just so we're certain. I also want to use my frost suit to see if I can freeze the ice. There we go. More studs. Frost suit. This feels like it would be freezable. Yep. What are we doing? This is rather interesting. Fountain. It's all gonna get frozen up. So what was the point of that? Unless I'm supposed to come back here and break these. Or step on them. Seems like I've just made a platform for no reason. Still not a true superhero. Tiny little statues here. Breaking. There is something to say about the scale, it being too small. That if everything was made this way, a lot of things would still not look like they were particularly made out of Lego because it would just be too small. This little statue, for instance, here looks like just a little plastic statue. It doesn't particularly look like it's a Lego plastic statue. There's just not enough detail. And that's at 1080p resolution. Who knows how much detail you could really get when you're talking something at a lower resolution. It's strange I can get it, I can blow up the things over here. I guess I can hop over into this little boat. Yes I can I? Not. Just break everything and then start pulling these flags up. Struggling real hard to pull these things. Destroy all this stuff. Again, I don't think I can really fly that far, so we'll be into this roundabout. So, is this Act 2, Act 3, or are we still in Act 1, and is there way more to this level? There is a lot more to this level. It's gonna be a long one. But it's hard to believe that when we look at the number of studs we have. We just made True Hero. Hold this. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. But then again, we've only been playing 18 minutes too. This may be an incredibly short one. We're having contradictory information here. We've already made True Superhero, but we've only got a few of the collectibles, and we've only got halfway through the story at least, but potentially nowhere close to even halfway through the story. So I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna have enough studs finally to buy that score times 4. Enable that, then we have a score multiplier of 8 going on. Now here's what I don't want to do in this battle. I don't want to kill all 19 of these guys immediately. Let's instead run around 4 pieces here where the Green Lantern is due. It's like 5. Wow. Are these gonna be elements to something, or are they just mini gift pieces? Here we go. Switch the Green Lantern and we'll start digging. Dig up a bunch of holes in the floor. So that's 1 of 5 we have to do. I think I'm getting this. Although it's kind of repetitive. Do a 1 of 5 and then after having to dig 5 things up. In fact, it's rather a lot of work we're doing here. We're digging by holding B, we're pulling the thing after we dig it out by holding B. Seems rather a lot for what at best is going to be a character token. Maybe a red brick. Some of the red bricks we've done have been amazingly easy to bring about. Just an inconsistency there. So I believe that's number 4 here. This should be number 5. Yeah, just a character token. And I don't even know who the character is. Well, at this point, I guess it's just take these guys out real quickly. I should actually fly a little bit just to make sure I can't do anything on top of Alfred's hand. Doesn't seem like we can. One more. That's all of them done. So, if this is the end of the level, we've missed a bunch of things. But it isn't, is it? It's just the end of the first act of 24 minutes. The next couple acts must be a little bit faster.
I wasn't planning on giving up just because he suggested it.
Yes, because now we've got the London part. So we do Paris, we do London. Is there a 3rd section, or is it Gotham? That's the 3rd section. So we got a lot of collectibles and things to find. We'll go ahead and switch this guy to Solomon Grundy and pull this out. See what's in here. Hopefully a mini kit. So then that changes it to a Green Lantern dig spot. When it really didn't need to. It should have just dug something up immediately. slows you down in the water, man. So I play up here. I can't break this car, I can't break this car. I can't do anything over there, it seems like. Still getting studs because I want to and because that will help me. Is there anything up here on the front end? Not really. It's just kind of a boat hiding some studs hiding up here. Down here, I think we need, what do we come over back this way, switch to scuba suit, Batman, and then break things. Apparently scuba suit Batman cannot use his pulling ability. Seems like I can work my way to the right here, too. Interesting. This feels more like an invisible wall. Let's go ahead and switch characters to Brainiac. Look at all those locks we don't have anymore. So, if Brainiac is going to be the character that we don't have, I can't pull anything back. And that's too far. Well, who has the ability to pull things? One would assume it was this guy in the scuba suit. Seems to have a better time jumping, but that doesn't really pull the... I don't know. I have no idea, and I don't care to figure it out. Obviously, when I played this the first time, there was some way I did it. Switch now to Brainiac. Target that. Come on, Brainiac. Break that. Good. That gives me a new character. Now we'll switch back. Yeah, it feels like maybe a dozen or so characters are needed to be unlocked, and then we'll have them all. Of course, the real question is, where's the Atom? That's the character we know for a fact that we need to get some of the collectibles, and we haven't seen him around. If I knew more about the Atom and where he would likely be, I suspect there would probably be a solution presenting itself. But as a normal player, there's a good chance that not everybody would know that info. And that's kind of how we're playing this run. as somebody who's playing for more ignorance than knowledge, as somebody who didn't spend the time to go look up the walkthroughs and see all the solutions. Alright, so I think that here is specifically designed to keep me from going to the left, which is fine. We still got more of this to do, too. Feels like we've done a lot already. Let's move into this next section. Buzz this. Something we can do in this subway or this bridge. I don't think so. But it's not. There's something we can build with the side. We'll come up here. Build, 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 build. Yeah, it's not working yet, but build the thing, that's all I wanted. Build that helicopter, fly that helicopter, give me something good. So the helicopter is lifting up that thing, which gave us a mini kit. Nice. Switch back to our flying suit for a second. This laser beam. Some different sections to make sure we got all that going for us. Oops. So what's strange here is this section here. We've got to get here somehow. Well, let's move forward. Suck out the electricity here. Sensor suit. Find that grapple point. Throw the grapple, pull down this giant telephone booth. Immediately I just go back to the most destructive mode I think I can be in. Destroy things. Much as possible. Don't know where my other guy is. He's probably stuck back way far. Doesn't seem like you can do anything more to that statue. Statue of Napoleon, it feels like. We're in this park. We'll destroy everything in the park. The water part of the park is simply depicted as a slight little puddle. So this, break this, which makes this. Which will pick up all those studs and then turn into Plastic Man. Yeah, if only the game had like voice recognition where you could say the name of the character and it would just play and turn into him. That would be amazing. Nice, good system there. So we get the red brick. Excellent. Missed some stuff to destroy. Break more stuff. As much stuff as possible. All the gimmicks and gags don't really work, though. I think I've said this before. The puzzles, the locking combinations, the interacting with objects that are your same size just doesn't work when you're bigger. You become so disconnected from everybody else because of your size. You can't achieve your goals you would normally want to achieve. Thus, he has to make a giant telephone booth for me to interact with and depower the telephone booth. Whereas in a regular size and scale, none of those would be a problem. So what do we want to click on? I can't help but feel like we're playing You Sunk My Battleship here. This seems strange. I'm just clicking on everything, I guess. We're making a connection. It feels like. Very strange. Oh, that was how you saved Adam West. And poor Adam West didn't even say.
I'm sure I had everything under control, but thank you for your assistance anyway.
This is a battleship made out of Legos. Nice. Look at that detail on this battleship.
Is what you're doing really that much more important than rescuing me?
Well, I mean, I just rescued you, so why are you talking? Yeah, some real detail work here that kind of goes unappreciated. Can I break any of these ships? No. Can I break that ship? No. Can I break that plant underwater? Not without a scuba suit. And this is the first time we've ever seen like a computer terminal made out of Legos. That is an interesting new way of doing stuff. Break all these. Break this. Over here. Break this. Break this. Then that makes our... So can I get close enough to these guys where I won't die, but I'll still get the studs? Nope. But I was able to not die while in there. I think they've lowered the amount of damage you can take in a certain amount of time. Certainly feels like something like that is going on. Anything collectible over here on Big Ben? Big Ben is the clock. So this would be London Bridge, I guess. Or a London Bridge. London bridges do keep falling down in this level, I guess. Because I keep breaking them. Man, does this feel long? Using going 41 minutes, and I have this feeling that we're gonna end up doing a whole nother section. That this is just Act 2. But even when you ignore that, the fact that it's feeling long does kind of tell me that the way this level is designed, probably because of the scale, which because it's the most different thing about this level, it probably feels a little bit more repetitive than you normally would. There we go. So here we are in the palace. Do we do any fight at the palace? Or is it just going to be a cutscene? I guess we do fight. Let's take a moment to see what we can destroy and what we can't. Get all these studs. Can't destroy the British flag, can't destroy any of that. Can't destroy any of that. I will have to say, if this is actually how the palace is designed, where it's just all clustered around everything else, it's time that they move the palace further out to the country. Well, it seems like there's nothing more to do, so let's take out these guys. With the lasers, as they appear, just laser beam these Brainiac minions. We never get a single line of dialogue, never get a single bit of explanation. Notice the minions are dropping studs. That usually would be a red brick, but it seems to just be integrated into the game for this game at least. I'm okay with that. I actually like that as a thought. There we go. Now is that the end of this level or the end of Act 2? If it's the end of Act 2, she threw Superman at it.
Emotions, but I don't like any of you.
So this is Italy, Act 3.
Funny. I thought it'd be bigger.
So like, that's checkpoint 1. We've been going for a really long time. This city scale feels a little bit bigger too, just slightly. Now there's 6 bad guys to defeat, but before I do any of that, I want to also get all these collectibles, maybe even get some studs when I get a chance. There's a section there for Plastic Man, flying all over this place. Let's go ahead and take a moment to destroy as much of this as possible before the bad guys show up. Feels like there's a color code or something going on here. There's something there. Here's one of those things you can't destroy because he grows it larger later. on destroying things. Is there something he's looking for? Let's talk to Giant Bat Knight.
Not to sound like a total larfleeze, but I just gotta have this.
So what does he want? There we go. Little disco dance party here with the skeletons. They're certainly doing some smoother moves than what we've seen in some of the other Lego games. They put some more effort into that. Destroy everything around here so we're certain we find whatever we're looking for Bat Knight. Get all these studs while we're here. Again, the music is just playing non-stop, no control. Rather annoying. Why didn't it just play it once or twice and then fade it out? Where's this going to enter us? Interesting. What are these called? Sun houses? Greenhouses, yes, that's what they're called. Greenhouses. Words sometimes escape me. Played too much video games, have too much of video game knowledge crawling through my head. Sometimes it pushes out simple things that any normal person should know. Get all these studs. Anything's getting break here. Not a lot. This is number 5. Yes, it is. So we are missing one more mini kit. What are we missing? And one more character token. Can you do this, Brainiac? Yes, you can. So how do we want this to go? I think we want all yellow from this indicator, so we'll push the second one until it's yellow too. Yes. And then that will do that. That works. So we pick up that. And whatever this thing is, we'll give it to Bat Knight. And so we're just short one minifig. Not minifig, mini-kit.
Oh, goody! I'm gonna have so much fun with this!
So there's our third character token. Let's just take a moment to fly around here and think about this. As far as I can tell, we've run out of stuff to do. So if there is supposed to be something, it looks like there might be something, but no, that circle's just where I would land. Yes, it looks like we're done. So let's just follow the storyline forward, and wherever that final mini kit piece was, we'll have to figure that out later. Are we supposed to hit it? Yes, we are. So, just quickly nothing on top of that building. 9 more of these guys. Where are the other 8? They're not assembled yet. One more guy. Take out. There, he's done. Means they'll make this bigger. And then throw it at me so I have some pieces to build this. So I can do this.
No!
Shrink them, hit them. We're done.
How is this possible? It's already too late. Your planet belongs to me now.
There we go. Collect some of these stuff. Take out these guys. Take out some more of these guys. Quite a lot of them. I think we have 60. Did we take out 60 minions just in this main boss fight? This final one? With potentially another 60 earlier on in Act 1 and Act 2? That may very well have been the case. Shrink. Gonna shrink yourself this time, or what?
I am Brainiac.
You have to actually push it while.
Programmed to fail.
Get it and done. 54 minutes. And it does just kind of feel like too long. Don't put some more variety into the levels. I think the levels are too long anyways. I think if they had said some of those acts alone were level and just had really, really short levels with a lot of them, I don't feel like there would have been a big problem.
Identified. This time, I won't let you stop me.
So that's Europe against it. We got 500,000 studs there, which means we have now hit that level where we can get the score doublers times 4, turn that on, that means 2 times 4, that means score times 8. That probably fixes, or at least begins to fix the problem of not having enough studs for everything else. Now the next thing we need to save up for is score times 3. And so let's go ahead and purchase that before we wrap up this level. We got almost all the mini kits, so we're gonna have to come back But once we have the mini kit detector, it'll be a pretty easy thing. So Cheshire, I don't know who that is. Lobo, I do know who that is. And Manchester Black, I don't particularly know who that is. And we got some gold bricks. Good progress, good progress. Taking forever, but good progress. Now, I was thinking for a second there that they may have actually combined this level with the next level, which would have made it incredibly long. But I was only thinking that because I had forgotten a significant portion of Europe against it. I mean, if I just had another 800,000, I could get studs times 6, but that would not be the right move. So we've got the gold brick detector now, and it might be worth it to get that. But next level we get the mini kit detector for 200,000, so it'd probably be better idea to wait for that. And then the level after that we get the quest detector. The level after that we get the Adam West Imperial detector. After that, attract studs, festive hats, character token detector for 800,000. So before we get particularly to the character token detector, which is 800,000, and the other ones are only 100,000 or 200,000 that we'd actually get. We want to have saved up enough to purchase studs times 6, studs times 8, and studs times 10. Which is odd that they're called studs times now, because they were being called score times for a long time. But score and studs seem to now mean different things. Notice it saves as soon as I turn on that extra. So you can see in the top left corner it says times 8 now. Every time I pick up a stud it will multiply it by 8, which is great news, and is going to start getting us towards potentially 4 million, 5 million. I wouldn't even be surprised if we even get really above 10 or 20 million, but I don't think we're gonna hit like 3 or 4 billion as we have in other games. It seems like things have been balanced differently. Anywho, we are at 59.7% done, 73 of 160 mini kit pieces, 203 of 250 gold bricks, 7 of 16 true heroes, 7 of 16 red bricks, 20 of 30 Adam West Apparel, and we have 117 of 147 characters unlocked. And so we have made a decent amount of progress. So it's pretty much indicating that we're 2/3 of the way done. That might be true. We might be a little bit more than that. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.